Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Current News Extra TV interview session. It's a program where we invite innovators, stakeholders, influencers in the blockchain, fintech, and the business sector. So today, how will I say, it's one-on-one with Dominic Oduro Antwi, who is the President Global African Trade Advisory Chamber, GATAC. He's joining us from Ghana. You are welcome to Nigeria.
Thank you, and thanks for having me.
So how are you doing today, and how have your experience in Nigeria?
I'm good. We're just one continent, so I'm enjoying myself.
Okay, so you came for a program. So how was the program, African Economic Summit? What was the experience at the summit?
It was a very interesting event where we were able to focus on certain things like, Africa, we need to grow up. Africa, we need to do a lot of collaborations. We also need to appreciate each other. And then we have to find a common ground in building our continent, especially when it comes to trade, when it comes to business, and even when it comes to health, because we've realized that we don't need to see each other as competitors, but we should see each other as collaborators.
Yeah, interesting. There is no need for competition. It should be collaboration. Let's look at GATAC, which you are the president. So will you tell us briefly about GATAC and what it stands for?
Okay, so GATAC is basically Global Africa Trade Advisory Chamber, and we facilitate trade, investment, education, agri, anything to do with business from Africa to the rest of the world and the rest of the world to Africa. We want to always be an intermediary that many organizations and countries can be able to solicit for help, research, support in doing business with other countries. And basically that's what CATAC stands for. And as of now, we are in over 21 countries.
Okay, interesting. So you are collaborating recently with Coin News Extra TV and Coin News Extra platform for the Nigerian FinTech Week. So what are your plans with that? Is it a way of getting a step closer to FinTech or technology?
Yes, now we need to move according to what is happening. I mean, the world has become global village, and we always say that a change is difficult, but it brings progress. We need to, be in that digital space, be able to acquire more knowledge, educate our youth. And, this is a time that what we normally call them the future leaders, but I call them the now generation. We need to be able to move with the now generation because we need to be able to train them to take up the mantle, when you and I, we are not there, or when the so-called leaders are no more there. Our now generation should be able to take over. And they understand the fintech industry or the digital space more than some of us. So it's a good platform even to work with you, Coin News Extra.
Yeah, it's our pleasure too. So let's look briefly about GATAC. What's the future? What does it hold for?
Well, we have a bright future. And one of the things I'd like to talk about is our partnership and how we want to partner with Nigeria. I'm hoping and I'm hopeful that somewhere in October this year, GATAC will be launched formally in Nigeria, to be able to continue our collaborations and then, build a strong relationship.
Okay, interesting. I just have one more question before we draw the curtain on today's episode of Coin News Extra TV interview session with you. You've seen the blockchain, the fintech, the crypto space. What's your take about it, about the ecosystem, and are there possibilities of you getting into the ecosystem?
Yes, I think that is, we call it, that's the fashion world now, and therefore, if that is what is happening, we should be able to be in that space because you need to understand the language of the ecosystem, if that's right, and then to be able to work with it because, like I said before, the world is a global village, and therefore you need to be able to fit in that space. So it's a very good concept, and we'd like to work with you. and
Okay.
work with it as well.
Okay, you made mention during the conversation that we should not be competitors but collaborators. How would you describe the relationship between Nigeria and Ghana?
Yes, fortunately, we are all from West Africa, and we have some common food we eat, some common food we enjoy, and therefore, that alone, I mean, that's on the lighter side, but that alone should let us know that we are just one nation divided into different groups. It's just like having a business organization, but having different departments. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just learned, are there some ways you want to make contribution in the ecosystem, like empowerment, helping in education? What are some of the ways you want to make contribution, most especially with Gata?
Yeah, for us, we have a wing, which is a foundation, and it will be good. I mean, we can introduce it to the youth in Ghana, because you need to move with a system that is in book, that is in fashion. You have to be able to do that. And we can introduce road shows at the various universities and educating them to know about it. And which, for me, it's a step in the right direction.
Okay, thank you very much. It's a very wonderful conversation with you, and also we are happy to have you here. And also, we wish you a safe trip back to
Thank you.
Ghana. Thank you very much.
And thank you for the opportunity. I'm grateful.